Shoot us a text. Text JJR and whatever you want to say, whatever you want to talk about to the number 96893. Call us at 877-937-1047. Went home yesterday after the show, turned on the TV, number one on Netflix, Poop Cruise. Poop Cruise, number one in the movies. Anybody here see it?
I watched it.
Oh, you did? You both watched it. Mortifying?
I just can't even imagine. Like, everything that they went through is like so horrifying. Like, worst vacation ever.
Ever. Like, nobody could beat that.
Yeah, I agree. I think the one that I was like, oh my gosh, that's so disgusting is when the chef, there was the video of his feet in the water. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good.
No, but when you say in the water, just to let you know, it was a cruise ship. And when Peyton says the feet in the water, the cruise ship, the toilets overflowed. And there was inches of water of... Ugh.
Yeah, like sewage water. It was so sick. And I was actually texting my friend Megan because you guys know I'm in the middle of planning a wedding. So all of that stuff comes with planning the bachelorette party. My friend Megan texted me. She was like, what about a cruise? And she sent me a Carnival cruise. I said, girl, have you not watched Poop Cruise? I'm not doing that.
Literally, there's girls that were on a bachelorette party were there.
She was like, once you get over the anxiety, it's fine. I said, that's not happening. You will not catch me lost at sea.
Well, what blew my mind was like at the very end, they were talking to some lawyer who was considering suing. And he was like, I thought we had a case until you get to the tickets. And when you buy a ticket to a cruise, there is no guarantee for like sanitary conditions or safe passage or like no guarantees for anything. So that blew my mind. I know they did change some of that apparently, but who really reads all that fine print?
Nobody. What about the pooping in the red bags?
Yeah, brutal.
And then when people got drunk, they started throwing the bags of poop everywhere. What the hell, man?
And like, who decides to open up the bar? Like, that's a terrible
That's so stupid.
idea.
Such a bad idea.
So you know what I started thinking about, and only a few of us will get this connection. But was the TV show Succession? Because remember that guy Tom took over cruises?
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking about, oh my God, did he have to deal with this? Did they come up with cruises because of this? Because this happened in 2013. Succession came after that. And I just thought, I couldn't stop thinking about running the cruise department. What a nightmare that would be. What a PR nightmare.
So terrible.
Right? Okay, what else? What else is in the TV world? Love Island still huge? Still going every day?
Love Island is huge right now. And actually, they left us on a cliffhanger on Tuesday because Wednesdays they don't drop episodes. So tonight, a new Love Island drops. And Love Island has completely taken over my life. And my fiance, Kadeem, is also sold. I was trying to take a nap yesterday. And he was like, so what would you do if a bombshell walked in right now? I was like, bro, I'm trying to sleep. If you don't leave me alone right this second. But
bombshell, like an attractive woman?
Yeah, like a bombshell or like an attractive man. They have both of them that come in.
Just walks into your apartment?
Exactly. He was like, what would you do? And I was like, what do you mean, what would I do? But what I'm really loving about Love Island, it's the fact that Gen Z is now old enough to be on reality TV because there are so many minor things in there that you catch that are like trending on TikTok or on Instagram. But I put together a little montage for you guys to kind of get a vibe of what Love Island's like.
This dude did not check on me once during this whole thing. I trusted this person with so much. Fuck you. He's a fucking bitch. He had a great day with Iris. He's using her as a fucking scapegoat. No, you're a bitch. You're a ass bitch. Shut up. Keep it classy. I'm sitting here crying and he's going and having a great day. Now he's thinking about being with Iris. You're a bitch. You're a bitch.
So that's kind of a vibe of it.
Is it a scapegoat or scapegoat?
Scapegoat.
What did she say?
I thought she said escape goat.
That's kind of what I heard too.
Yeah, so.
But I mean, if you have goats, you don't want your goat to escape. You want it to stay where it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. But I am absolutely obsessed with it. So much to the point where I was telling you guys I'm planning a bachelorette trip and I was Googling, can I stay at the villa? And you absolutely can rent the villa.
Oh, that's
in Fiji.
Awesome.
And I was like texting my friend Kelsey. I was like, dude, my bachelorette theme is going to be Love Island Casa Amor, hands down. We're going to do a confession room. I am so in on this show.
That's great.
Okay, so you know what's funny where my brain goes when you say that you want to have your bachelorette party in Fiji? I would think you'd have your honeymoon in Fiji.
Yeah.
Bachelorette party, Galveston Carnival Cruise.
No. Maybe we'll go back to Fiji, but I thought it would be so fun, so I'm totally sold.
I love the Love Island theme, though. That's amazing for you.
I know, isn't it?
That's
so
perfect.
Fun? I know.
But you got to have everybody do the dancing and introduce themselves.
Exactly.
Their
Rich.
choreographed dance
You're
routine.
speaking my language right now.
Also on TV is on Amazon is Criminal Minds. Kyle and I watched this movie. It's with the guy from Ted Lasso. It's Bryce Dallas Howard and it's Orlando Bloom, the newly single Orlando Bloom. And Peyton, you watched it yesterday.
Yeah, I did. It was actually very interesting. I thought it was pretty funny. I wasn't expecting it to get like as action-packed as early as it did. Like, I think it was like, there was like one dead body like 30 minutes in. I was like, wait, what? What's going on here? But I enjoyed it, and I like Orlando Bloom, and I like Bryce Howard. What's her name?
Dallas Bryce Howard.
Dallas Bryce Howard. I like her, too.
Is it
It's Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
It is
Right?
not Dallas Bryce Howard.
Pretty sure it's Bryce Dallas Howard.
Well, she's awesome.
I like her too, and I thought
yield.
the movie was great. I think I love that when you see a good action movie and then it's funny also, but not too silly funny, just real funny. I don't know what they call it kind of humor, but I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, I was like low-key clapping at the end for Orlando Bloom's character because he like totally got what he wanted. I was like, yay, I'm so happy for you.
Kyle, did you get any further in Waterfront?
Yeah, I have a couple more episodes in.
It's a good show, right?
Not close to the end just yet, but I'm kind of glad. I'm savoring it.
Yeah, what I like about the show Waterfront, which is number one on Netflix, the TV part, is that there's probably, I think, 3 different levels of different villains, and I like this. Topher Grace is a fantastic villain. I wonder what that guy's been up to, like the actor Topher Grace. Like, I remember there's a movie with Topher Grace, and it's a random movie.
He plays a billionaire.
No. There's has nothing to do with the movie except for a scene where he's playing poker with Brad Pitt and a couple other celebrities, and they play themselves. The camera pans over.
Oh, isn't it? It's not with George Clooney and Brad Pitt, the heist. The movie
Ocean's 11?
It's not Ocean's 11.
No, because Brad Pitt plays Brad Pitt, and Topher Grace plays Topher Grace. Like, and the camera pans over. They're like underground. Grant, you know what it is? You know all about movies.
He does not.
It's not the End of the World movie with Danny McBride, is it?
No.
I know Topher Grace was on that really good episode of Black Mirror recently.
He was?
Yeah, he was on the Smithereens
Oh,
episode
really?
where he runs the social media and goes on a silent retreat.
Oh.
I just Googled it, and it says that Topher Grace was supposed to appear in Ocean's 13 as himself.
Oh, he played himself?
Yeah.
Is that, maybe you're right, Rich? Maybe you're right.
Yeah, I don't think Brad Pitt was.
That's what
Brad
Ocean's
Pitt.
11.
Because Brad Pitt's not a great actor. He's always Brad Pitt.
That's true.
So Brad Pitt is like, I'm like,
He's just amazing looking.
You bite your tongue.
he's just like, it's like there's a movie with Brad Pitt. It's Brad Pitt.
All the 12 Monkeys, he wasn't very Brad Pittish.
He looked at Brad Pitt. He had a cool haircut. I can tell you all the haircuts of Brad Pitt. I love Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Rich had it right, though. It was Ocean's 11. Topher Grace, Shane West, and Barry Watson all played themselves.
All play themselves. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you, Peyton.
You're welcome.
Kyle, what's coming up? 3 things you need to know.
If you play Fortnite, you may be getting a payout. So Epic Games has to fork over $126 million in refunds this week. So the FTC actually ruled that they used sneaky tactics to get players, especially kids, to make accidental in-game purchases. Some people were charged just for waking the game up. So now it's time to pay up. Nearly 1 million checks are going out. So if you think you are owed, head to ftc.com/Fortnite by July 9th and get that money. Absolute total jerk move at the Diamondbacks White Sox game. A Chicago fan heckled Ketel Marte about his late mother who died in a car crash in 2017. Marte was visibly shaken, literally brought to tears. His teammates and manager immediately rushed out to console him. Class act all around by the team. Shout out to all the Diamondbacks. And that fan was immediately ejected on the spot and is now banned from every Major League Baseball stadium there is. He's never allowed to go to an MLB game again.
As he should. I watched that video, and I don't know what it is, but when you just see a grown man cry real
It's
tears,
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
like, oh, it just breaks your heart. And then when you actually hear what that fan was saying, I'm so happy for the MLB because they need to keep some of these fans under control.
I didn't
it's
hear what he said.
ridiculous.
I heard he just made a comment about the guy's mom who died in a car accident in
Terrible.
2017.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's like these athletes. Like you want to rip on them. I think if you want to rip on their playing skills, I think that's
Right, it's
fun.
different.
That's part of being a fan. But when you attack them personally,
Oof.
it's like these guys are human beings
Off
too.
limits.
you know?
Off limits. You will be happy to know, though, if you didn't watch the game, Marte got the last word, crushed a homer, helped seal 4-1
Oh,
wins.
right
So,
on.
Let's go
get him,
D-backs.
Marte.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the NBA, the Dallas Mavericks made headlines too, snagging phenom Cooper Flagg as the #1 pick in the draft. This is wild. Experts are now saying PDA is the secret to a happy marriage. Think more hugs, hand holding. Research has shown couples who show affection in public feel more connected, argue less, and even have lower stress levels. But it's not about going overboard, don't make the people around you uncomfortable. It's more about what feels good for both of you. And as a person who physical touch is the bottom of my love languages, I'm like, huh. I hear this, I'm like, what?
Wait,
No.
I actually love that because Kyle went.
Because you probably love the physical touch. I'm like, don't.
But totally. So, like, what was it? Just a couple weeks ago, we went to go to the F1 movie, and you and Scott were there, and Kadeem and I were there, and you guys walked out of the movie before us, and you guys were holding hands. And
We hold hands, but like when I hear like more of that, like no, like
I was like, you guys love each other. I was like, we need to be like them.
we do love each other. I like a good hand holding, but then like don't like rub my hand or like caress my arm. Ugh.
What about if they're
No,
to
thanks.
caress your face in public?
No, that's absolutely off. That's
If you saw
going to
anybody
get you
doing
punched
that,
in the face.
yeah,
Sorry.
someone caressing someone else's face in public. What the hell?
Just can grab you by the cheeks.
Can your love languages change? They can, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like mine's
Absolutely. I think they're
changed.
fluid.
I enjoy like the physical touch stuff now in public or in general. I used to kind of be like, "Ugh."
Well, it's what makes you feel more comfortable, and that's why it's like it's about what feels good for both of you. So a little bit, yeah, like a little hand holding or whatever. But if it doesn't feel good, that's where you draw the line, and it doesn't make you feel more
But the
connected.
study says more PDA makes you a better couple.
Yeah, more PDA is going to make you happier in the long run. And look, it feels good to like be happy in public together,
sure.
and I think that's kind of what it's about. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Pay Your Bills is back just after 9 today. $1,000 after 9. Kesha tickets 8:30. Before all that, horoscopes. Peyton, what's the vibe for horoscopes today?
I'm going to tell you if you are someone who keeps things just in case or not, based on your zodiac sign.
Oh my God, I'm so just in case
Same.
person.
I'm interested,
Oh my
I'm
God.
interested
I
to
am
see what this says.
And whenever it happens, I'm so excited. It's a good thing I saved this.
Yeah.
877-937-1047.
Hi, good morning, Taurus.
Okay, so for Taurus, you guys aren't a hoarder. You're just a keeper of comfort. That stained hoodie, you absolutely love it. And that mug with a chip, it's still perfect to you. You're nesting like the apocalypse is tomorrow.
So true.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
Hello, Shanae.
Well, good morning, guys. I've missed you all.
It's been a while.
What's up?
What's going on, Peyton? What am I? I keep everything?
Yeah, well, you're my Gemini, so you do have emotional attachments to things that you forgot you even owned. You'll toss stuff during a random 3 a.m. purge, but then you'll cry over a movie ticket from 2018 that you accidentally lost.
Oh, my goodness. That sounds so like me.
Well, thanks, Shanae.
You guys, I appreciate you.
Good to hear. Bye. What do you got for Pisces? And Rich throws everything away.
Yeah, well, for Pisces, plot twist, you seem sentimental, but you're actually ruthless. You'll throw away a birthday card mid-cry.
Oh my God, I did that yesterday. I got a nice card from Stacey. I just tossed it.
Oh my gosh, because you believe that memories are in the heart. You delete, detach, and then ghost your own belongings.
It's interesting because my wife is a Pisces as well, and she saves everything. Our garage is like overflowing with stuff, and I'm always like, can I throw this away? Can I throw this away?
There's a difference between you guys, that's for sure.
What do you got for Libras?
Libra, Kyle, you are deeply torn. You don't want to be a hoarder, but also that candle jar is so cute and you might reuse it. Your space is kind of an aesthetic museum of indecision.
It's very true. But thing is like when you get rid of something, it always happens. Like Murphy's Law. Later, maybe a week later, someone will be like, do you have a candle jar? And I'm like, I used to, but I threw it away. And so then the next time I go to throw things away or try to purge, I'm like, I can't because in a week someone's going to ask me for the stupid candle jar.
But they don't.
Right.
And then they don't.
What about Libra? Oh, no, you did Leos.
Leos. So I'm a Leo. We Leos, we only keep things that make us feel like the main character. So we'll keep dramatic birthday cards, glittery outfits, love letters. That's an absolute yes from us. But that sad, broken stapler, get that thing away from our energy. I feel like that's so true because back in my office, I keep every card and every note that I have because I just like to look at them. You love me? What?
How about Virgo?
Virgo, John J. You're our Virgo in the room. You keep everything literally. Not because you'll use it, but because of the idea of throwing it away gives you chest tightness. You've got receipts from 2017, 7 empty lotion bottles, and a charger for a phone that you don't even have anymore.
I even have the phones. I have all the old phones. You know what's funny is that when you say I keep everything, just to give you an idea, have you guys heard of this bottled water called Sedona water?
No.
Yes.
It comes in a cool little glass. It's this big, and I was at this event last week, and they had all this Sedona water for free. And so I took 2 of them, And then when I took them home, my son Dutch drank one of them, and I was pissed. And I drank the other one. I said to my wife, we got to keep these bottles.
Yeah.
And she's like, for what? I go, look, everyone says don't eat plastic. I drink this big glass bottle. These are small little bottles. I could use them every morning. We got to keep them. She's like, okay. Can't find them now. I don't know where they are. I think she threw them away.
That's so funny. We got a tour. You guys remember we got a tour of that Vi resort?
Yes.
That was going up in Glendale, and they gave us cookies, and the cookies were in little glass jars. I still have the jars.
See,
I'm like,
I totally get
I
it.
could do something with these jars.
That's what I mean.
I could totally do something with them.
When we got milk from this farm the other day. And it came in big bottles, big jars of milk. And when they were done, I said to Blake, we got to keep these jars. So a couple days ago, she goes, hey, I cleaned the jars out. They kind of smell because of the milk went bad. And she goes, so I'm going to throw them away. I'm like, no, let them soak. Just let them soak in soap. We got to keep these jars.
Your mom was a big saver like that, too.
Yeah. Got to keep these jars, you guys. Don't want to open 2 jars. What? I've been working on this joke for the movie F1.
Yeah.
Right, because the movie. So my son Kemp and my wife Blake were supposed to go to Canada yesterday. Long story, but they ended up canceling. And Kemp was all excited because we can go see F1 this weekend. And I was like, yeah, we can go see F1 because I know Peyton Kyle saw F1 already. And I was kind of like, should we go see it in IMAX or just go to a normal theater?
Go to IMAX. I feel like that's the only way.
Did you see it in IMAX?
We did not see it in IMAX, but we saw it on a gigantic screen.
Yeah,
and I thought the only thing that would be better seeing this movie is seeing it in IMAX.
Okay, so it stars Brad Pitt and
Damson Idris.
Samson Idris?
Damson Idris.
Okay.
He stars in Snowfall too.
Okay, here's my joke. Samson Idris
Damson Idris.
and Brad Pitt.
Uh-huh.
You can only F1.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And that would be a hard pick.
You.
You can only F1.
I mean, after seeing the movie, you're not going to want to pick just one.
Hello. She did it right there.
It is such a good movie, though.
happened.
Like, I want to see it again.
Me
Just
too.
like I think the first showings are tonight in theaters, but I feel like the only way to see this is like don't wait for it to come out on streaming. Like go see it in the theater.
Is it going to make me a Formula One fan on top of that?
Yes, it totally will. I literally wanted to become a race car driver. I texted all my single friends after. I was like, so who wants to go to F1 in Vegas? I feel like you guys need to date a little race car driver because I want to live in that life. Actually, like right after the screening, I was talking to someone down the hall who also was at the same screening Kyle and I were at. And he had asked me if I was an F1 fan. And I was like, no, I didn't know anything about it. I guess he's like a diehard fan. And he was saying that they did the movie perfectly. There's so many Easter eggs in there that it's absolutely phenomenal. And so I was like, I'm sold.
I mean, they filmed at like actual races, like the British Grand Prix. They filmed at the Mexico City Grand Prix. I mean, do you remember like in Vegas? I remember when the Vegas Grand Prix was happening, like seeing pictures, like paparazzi photos of them filming there. So it just makes it feel more legit. And it's the same filmmaker that did Top Gun Maverick. So it's like, it has that same excitement and action and just all of the best things of Brad Pitt. It's like, it's just so good.
It's time for Stacks and Hacks. I have stacks of information. Rich has life hacks. A cop in England told a female coworker to pull his finger. She refused, so he spun around and tooted in her face, and now he might get fired for it.
Oh, my.
That's so
That was
sad.
rude.
I know, it was rude. A study found eating 1 avocado a day can help you sleep better. People did it for 6 months, and it had a significant effect on their sleep quality. 1 whole avocado.
It's an avocado.
If you had to wear a warning label about yourself, what would yours say? People are debating online. One person said that their warning label would say, great listener, but immediately forgets what you said. Woman in Ohio says she lost internet and cable service for over a week because people were firing shotguns and hit her main power line. So I saw that and I was kind of like, that seems like a crazy neighborhood. But
we couldn't get the TV to start, and I have an app on my phone, and it said we were in an outage. I'm not making this up. Reason that you're having problems is because someone shot up our main power line with a shotgun. It's not okay to lose service 4 or 5 days in a row. I mean, it's not okay. You need to figure out what this is and get. And I said, well, why didn't somebody tell me that this is what was going on?
A hotel in China has been forced to stop its Red Panda wake-up call service which brought red pandas into guests' room and allowed them to climb onto the beds and wake them up.
Well, no, that's
Oh my
amazing.
gosh. I would love that.
That reminds me of when we used to wake up people with live turkeys, remember? Red panda would be great.
A poll found the average person suffers 35 scrapes and bruises each year, or about 3 a month. When you factor in all the injuries from childhood, the average lifetime total is about 4,000. 80% of people say they have almost injured themselves while using their phone. 32% of people say it happened when they were walking and texting, 24% while talking on the phone, and 19% while scrolling through social media. I feel like a lot of us have been there.
Yeah, like when you're just laying on the couch and you're on your phone and then you drop it and it gives you a black eye.
Hurts so bad.
Or you ever bump into someone that's walking and texting, and they just boom, you're like, hey, whoa, what the hell? A beach in Maine is in the news for adding a free dog library. Instead of books, it's got sticks and tennis balls you can borrow.
Cute.
If your dog falls in love with a certain stick or ball, you're allowed to take them home if you want.
Aw.
Okay, this is weird. I don't know if you guys saw this, but, Liver King, do you see Liver King? He had a documentary on TV, on Netflix.
I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, he's this weird dude. But Liver King got arrested because he threatened Joe Rogan. Now Joe has a restraining order against him. And he showed up at Joe Rogan's place to take him down.
It's so weird because when I first read that story, I thought it was like somebody that was mad at the Liver King, just a fan. I didn't know it was the actual Liver King.
And the video of him is crazy. The dude's crazy.
Yeah, he looks like he's been homeless now for, like living out in the desert.
Well, that's how he looks. That's his shtick. That's what he does. He doesn't shower.
Like a
he
caveman?
Yeah, he poops outside. He does everything outside. He eats the liver of animals. But the thing is that he said he didn't take steroids. He did it all, and then he got busted. And then Joe Rogan said, of course he takes steroids. And then it got like that, and now Liver King wants to kill Joe Rogan. What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
There's a hack to feeling better about yourself at the end of every day. In fact, we've talked a lot on this show about how writing things down, to-do lists. In fact, we probably talked about it yesterday, right, Kyle? That you write things down, and then when you do them, you check them off, and you feel so great. So instead of doing a to-do list, studies now show if you actually want to feel better about yourself, it's a reverse to-do list. Don't write anything down until the end of the day, and then you just write down the things that you accomplished. You cross those off. 100% success rate of the things that
You
you've
used to
done.
make fun of me for doing that.
I used to, but now the science says that's the way to do it. Wait until you're done, write them down and cross them off, and you will get a sense of accomplishment. Of course, unless you've done nothing.
I said that I did that one time years ago that I did that, and it was you and a boss of ours. And the boss laughed so hard that I did that. He couldn't believe that I did that. I'm like, it makes sense to me. You guys make fun of me, and now it's in the science.
And now you're right.
Wow, man.
You're ahead of the times,
See?
John Jay.
Trust
Watch,
your
pretty
gut.
soon everyone's going to have an oxygen tank in the room.
I don't know about that. That life hack and many more can be found at johnjaneRich.com.
All right, so get this. This is going to, there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of things that go back, like a cycle, like right now, like podcasts. Everyone's got a podcast. What's a podcast? It's a radio show. Essentially what a podcast is, right? Now you're talking about vinyl records. Vinyl records are big,
Huge.
right? So now, Amazon comes on the scene. Amazon was selling books. That's how it started, right? And then all these bookstores closed. Now bookstores are coming back. Have you seen that? Like Barnes & Noble?
Yeah, because people want to get coffee and hang out and have a good place to socialize.
And there's something about reading a book that you hold in your hand as opposed to just, reading it on your phone or whatever.
And so yesterday, my wife went to the grand opening of a new Barnes & Noble. Right?
Oh, wow.
And she said it was huge. And she also said that it was packed, but there was an area there where you could rent DVDs.
Huh.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
DVDs are back?
Blockbuster in Barnes & Noble?
How do you even watch a DVD anymore?
Yeah, well, they were there. She was there with a friend, and their friend's got a 21-year-old daughter, and the 21-year-old daughter for her birthday asked for a DVD player.
What?
And now she did. She got it, and they were there buying and renting DVDs at Barnes & Noble.
Wow.
I feel like we can thank Gen Z for all of this nostalgia coming back up with the digital cameras and
Right.
Oh, that's
wanting
true.
to go. I literally was driving down Val Vista the other day, and there was a Starbucks that was 2 stories. I was like, what do you need a 2-story Starbucks for? But people are going and reading their books and working in coffee shops. I feel like it's coming back.
Yeah, and that's what was going on at the Barnes & Noble, too. So then this is a stupid question. I didn't want to Google it, but I figure somebody here can figure this out. My wife couldn't figure it out. I remember and before you answer, I remember there being Barnes & Noble, which was humongous, and then another humongous bookstore. But I don't remember the name of it. Does anybody remember the name of it?
I feel like it started with a B. Hold on. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Right?
though.
There were two. You take.
I want to say Brookstone. That's totally different.
That's what I was thinking.
I was
Like where I
saying-
shop for my
I
father-in-law.
said Walden Books. I remember Walden Books.
That
That
was
was
a
a
thing.
small bookstore. That was in the malls. But there was Barnes and Noble, and then there was bam, another big one.
Oh, I got it.
What?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's Borders.
Yeah,
Borders!
Borders. Yeah, it started with a B. Yeah.
Like
They
literally,
had
couldn't figure it
good
out. Went to bed
records.
last night. Had a conversation with my wife about it. I go, I don't know what it is, and we were like trying to figure it out. I was like, when I go to sleep, I
Red
usually
logo.
have answers when I wake up in the morning. No answer this morning. I couldn't figure it out. Borders.
Borders Books and Music.
That's
Yeah.
it. You know what else she did? So I told you guys she was going to go to Canada, right? She had our neighbor is from Canada, and when it's freezing in Canada, she comes here, right? That's how it works. And my wife and her become good friends. And her and my son Kemp were going to visit them in Canada yesterday. When the woman is here, when she stays here, there's a bagel shop she loves. She says the best bagel she's ever had. I feel like I know everything in this area, right? And I know. Oh, is it Einstein's? It's not Einstein's. It's a special bagel shop. Like, how much do you think a bagel costs in general? You buy a bagel somewhere
Like $3.58.
For like $6.
$6 on the
for
on the
one
higher.
bagel.
Yeah, if you get like cream cheese on it.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Because Blake said bagels were like under $1 where she goes gets bagels.
Huh? Where's she going?
This bagel shop is $2.35 a bagel.
That's cheap.
Wow. Well, okay. Well, there must be. This bagel
Well,
shop has got a line of people around the building.
I don't
to get
know,
in.
because then if you get like a dozen, then that's like a $25 dozen or something
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, I get a
that makes it
bagel-
sound a little bit more pricey.
I don't eat bread.
I get
so-
a bagel like every week, and I think my total with tax and cream cheese is like $4 and something
Oh,
cents.
well, maybe. Well, she was making a big deal of how expensive they were at $2.35.
I want to go where she's going.
Wow. Well,
That's cheap.
I'm not gonna. You know how you said you were
That's probably without the
you were
cream cheese.
gatekeeping that coffee shop.
Yes.
Like I don't want to promote this place because there's already a line to get into the place as soon as
Oh,
they
really?
open. Yeah, maybe it's because the bagels are so cheap, but she thought they were expensive.
Is the bagel shop like a chain, or is it
No.
just, it's like a mom and pop shop?
Like it's a mom and pop shop, and there's a couple of restaurants here that get their bagels from this place. But so
Interesting.
Blake bought all these bagels to take to Canada for her,
Well, that
and now
was
the
nice
the
of her.
Canada trip canceled. So now we have all these bagels.
You got to have
Bring
some.
So
them in.
I'm eating the bagels. I started eating the bagels yesterday, and I think they taste just like normal bagels. Like I don't see that. But they don't have chemicals in them. That's the thing.
Did you warm them up and put a little cream
No,
cheese
no, no.
on
I
it?
don't. I eat bagels just cold. I just eat the bagel.
Oh,
like
warm
this.
them up. It's a
you
game
gotta-
changer.
You got to toast them.
But the bagels are. You have to eat them because they'll go bad because they're
Right.
fresh. There's no
Next
crap
time you
in
eat a
it.
bagel, just stick it in the microwave for like 12 seconds.
Oh no, I've had it like that before. But Rich, what's up? You're on there.
Yeah, this bagel shop you're talking about, I've never heard of it either, but it's over on Thomas Road, right about 30th Street. And I drove by one day, Sunday, there was a line going around the building. I think it starts with a B, like Brewburgers or something.
Brugger's?
Brewburgers.
Brugger's is
No,
a...
not Brugger's. That's famous. I've
Yeah,
heard
I
of
mean,
that
that's a
before.
chain.
Bagels. And then you were talking about bookstores.
Yeah.
Back in the day, Town and Country, it used to be Bookstar. And then there were...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, that wasn't
Yeah,
it. No, we got it. It's
Borders.
Borders. We figured that out. I think the bagel shop is where you're saying it is. I think, but I don't think it's called Brugger's. But
Brugger's
Brugger's
bagels are good,
I've
too.
heard of that too. Anyway, I don't really want to say the name of the bagel shop, but it's right in that area. And look, everyone's freaking
They got it.
texting in Borders.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.